What's going on, guys? Welcome to the debut episode. I'm very, very fucking excited. Shootin with Shane. With me today, my first guest, horror enthusiast, professional wrestling enthusiast, all-around great fucking guy, my good brother and musician from Filth and Majesty, Mr. Jeff Iseton. How the fuck are you doing, brother?
Hey, dude, how about you?
I'm doing pretty damn good,
happy
man.
Happy to be here, dude. Very happy to be here.
So the drive down was good, you said. I know before we came on here, we talked a little bit in the backyard,
Dude.
and you said the drive was good. Beautiful day.
Sunny day, good chick beside you. Had some Hair Nation going on the Sirius. It was a good trip. Damn,
All
good
right,
trip.
man.
Very good trip.
I want to point out really quick, I'm on 4 hours of sleep. I've been drinking, and yes, I'm wearing sunglasses because of this man right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, dude, like, really happy to have you, man. I know you and I talked here, it's been about 2 years now. We actually played at Putts in Rochester.
Yeah.
And I came to you one day and I said, hey, I have this idea. I kind of want to do this laid back talk show thing and just get my buddies on here and get people who are interesting in my opinion and people who I think are interesting to other people.
Yeah.
And spread the love a little bit. And funny thing is, you and I and my wife were the only two people that really kind of knew about this idea. I didn't really talk about it a lot, you know, anything like that. It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to do this. This is the next thing, you know. But this is something that I've wanted to do for a while. And like I said, I'm happy to have you here. And I know you're a pro wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead and just dig into this because I have a few questions, man. I gotta know.
All the world needs is another chubby dude talking about pro wrestling.
We're pro wrestling fan here, people. If you don't like pro wrestling, then fuck you. This is Shootin with Shane. We're raw. We're uncut. This is what we do.
Raw.
Put your children to bed, please. It's gonna get weird.
This is the war zone portion of the show. TV 14.
I gotta ask.
Yeah.
You are a manager of any era.
Yeah.
And you can manage anybody from any area. You're at WrestleMania or you're at Starrcade.
Dude, I gotta...
First,
okay.
Starrcade or WrestleMania?
Okay, so obviously I'm a WWE kid. I grew up on all that stuff, watching Superstars with my granddad in like the early 90s. Earliest like angle I remember was like Jake the Snake and The Undertaker. And just like being terrified of these things. Like what the who are I didn't, you didn't know what was going on. Like who the hell are these fucking guys?
Yeah.
But I love that stuff, but like as I've gotten older, I've gotten really into like the old NWA stuff. And that heat, dude, like the heat in those buildings. I'd go WrestleMania, but goddamn Starrcade, like, dude, to be in like Starrcade '86, it like those people like they bought it.
Sting
that
stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like that was
like that was it.
Like Flair.
Yeah.
Flair was the man then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Flair was that guy. So you're a manager.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna be?
I don't, who am I managing or like?
No, you're the manager.
Okay.
So first off, if you could be a manager from any era,
okay,
who are you managing at Starrcade? And
man.
who are you as the manager?
I'm going 85, and I know I'm gonna get some shit from you for this, but dude, like the way Cornette handled like crowds, I knew. When you brought this up, I'm like, damn it, I don't want to say Jim Cornette. But like
poor Bullet Club,
dude.
The Young Bucks are just gonna see this one day and be like, fucking Jim Cornette.
I'm sorry, buddy, if I get but yeah, dude, like the heat that dude to drum up and those people, like they wanted to kill that guy. Yeah. And that's so cool to me. Like that you're not gonna see that anymore, like ever again. Like, and that to me that's it. That's like, and obviously like as far as like being entertaining, like Bobby Heenan, dude. Like that, like watching
the Brain.
Yeah, like him
the
and like
Weasel.
like those like that style of dude, like that old dude of like him and like Mean Gene. Like we're never gonna have that again. Like that era of just like wrestling, dude.
We got Michael Cole now.
Oh boy, yeah, you got Michael Cole. Which he does what he does.
Yeah.
I don't want to be another dude, bashing on modern wrestling or stuff, dude. So, but I respect it. Like,
so who would you manage?
All right, I want a big rock and roll, good-looking heel coming out there. That's what I want. I want those people like coming out of their seats, throwing shit, yelling, cussing. I don't know, man. Like, who would fit that role back then? Like, kind of in that era. Like, I mean,
Jim
obviously he had
Cornette.
Flair. Like, he had Flair, but
mean,
like that's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
dude.
Flair
like,
and Cornette. I don't even know if that. I don't know those two egos. I don't know if Mother Earth is ready for those two egos. Like, I don't think that. I don't think that would fit. Like,
yeah.
But who you got, man? I mean, you're on the spot. It's
Man.
Starcade. You said 85.
Can I pick a guy from any era? Or are we going that
Any
era?
era, man.
Okay.
Anything you want.
I'm bringing Edge in.
I like it.
Yeah.
Rated R Superstar.
Yeah. Rated R Superstar Edge. Just like get that crowd fired up.
Yeah.
Rock and roll. Like good looking dude.
You know he's gonna cheat.
Yeah. You know
He's
like,
gonna be the Rated R Superstar.
those fucking people in Carolina or Greensboro are gonna be throwing shit. They're gonna
Yeah.
be mad. That's
and
what
I like
want,
that you
dude.
mentioned Greensboro. So
Greensboro.
let me ask you this: when you mention Greensboro, I think automatically WCW.
Yeah.
NWA territory.
Oh yeah.
When you were a kid, because I know, like when I was a kid, my earliest memories of wrestling, besides Hogan and Warrior, WrestleMania 6 title for title, we'll get in that in a little bit.
Good
but
match, by the way. That's
Oh,
actually you wouldn't think it would be. That's a
probably
great
in
match.
I was never a Hogan. How do I say this? I was a Hulkamaniac.
Yeah.
But I was never like a Hogan guy. I liked the aspect of Hulkamania. That was really
Yeah.
cool. Cool song, cool guy. You know, did stuff for the kids, kind of like Cena does today. You know,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really a fan of that, but I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was more of a Macho Man Randy Savage guy.
Oh yeah.
But man, when I think of Greensboro, man, I think of WCW, and my earliest memories was watching the Hollywood Blondes. And it's crazy because
Oh,
I
yeah.
just watched Pillman's Dark Side of the Ring the other night after
I
work.
haven't watched that, dude. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Dude,
though.
two-part episode.
I love that.
Awesome.
series. Yeah.
Hollywood Blondes, though, man. If anybody asks me, hey, what's your favorite band?
Yeah.
It's a toss-up between the Ramones and Motorhead.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what's your favorite tag team in pro wrestling, Shane?
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood Blondes and the Outsiders.
Oh.
Two guys who shouldn't have been together, but when they
Yeah.
got together, man, I mean, holy shit, the chemistry and just
Yeah.
both Hill teams, they got over.
So you feel like the Outsiders shouldn't have been together? Like, maybe it's just where like I've always seen them always together in my mind. I'm like
Yeah.
always like Hall and Nash.
Well, the click and, you know, yeah.
So to you, like you don't like, I could guess I could see that, but they're both big, you know.
I look at them as like Razor Ramon and Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Yeah.
But then it was like when Scott came into WCW Nitro and he said,
Mhm.
"I'm bringing my big buddy," and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, you know, as a teenager, because we're roughly the same age.
Yeah, we're.
So when you look at that as a teenage standpoint, and you're thinking to yourself, "Shit, is this real?" Like
Yeah.
wait, that's Razor Ramon on
Yeah,
WCW.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, now he's got
Mhm.
Diesel with him, and then now they're Hall and Nash. You know, the Outsiders.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but yeah, man, I would say definitely like Hall and Nash and Hollywood Blondes, Austin and Pillman, man,
Yeah.
were just.
Both teams good buds too. Like,
Yeah,
that's
really
what
good
it is.
fucking
Like, if you
friends,
got-
man. Really helped each other out when they
Yeah.
need to be. Now, I know we were talking about putts earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
When we were talking about how
Yeah.
this whole thing, you know, originated. A funny story was, or is, when I first found out about you guys, Filth and
Yeah.
Majesty,
Mhm.
I was using the bathroom and my phone went off and someone was calling me and I was like, okay, well, I'll get it when I'm done. And I walk out in my kitchen and I seen Monica from Putts.
Yeah.
And she said, hey, I know you guys are booked. And a band dropped off. I have this band, they're called Filth Majesty. Here's their link to their Facebook. You guys go check them out. If you guys want to book them, let me know. And dude, I will say, man, honestly, face to face, brother. First song I heard, and I think that's probably why it's one of my favorites, Trial by Trash Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Rock and roll as fuck, man.
Yeah.
I listened to about maybe a minute of the song, and I instantly was like texting Monica, and I was like, hey, can you get a hold of this band? Can
Yeah.
you put them on the show? Let's do this. I really like this band.
Yeah.
But man, I never would have thought, rolling into Putts, that like a friendship was going to be born, a brotherhood was going to
Yeah.
be born, you know, good brothers, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Man, when I met you guys, you and your brother Steven, that's Showtime for you people who don't know. Look up Showtime.
Jesus. Oh God, get that Showtime.
You'll love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like when we walked in that night, we didn't really know, because see, like I said, that was our second show at Putts. We'd already
Yeah.
played one there. And I told you about that earlier and we really screwed the pooch on that and booked ourselves 3 hours and, you know, just ourselves.
25
like-
minutes and get out of there, dude.
Yeah, dude, just rock and roll,
We don't
get
want more.
paid, get drunk, and get the hell out, you know?
3 hours, Jesus. Man.
But man, when I saw you guys the first time, dude, I mean, it kind of kicked me back to, and now I'm gonna go ahead and throw up a band name here, and I know you and I were just texting here the other day about this because you want me to do some stuff with you on it, and I was totally honored by that.
Yeah.
But when I first seen you guys, man, first 3 bands that popped in my head, and 2 of them were my all-time 2 favorite bands. Ramones, number 1, I'm going to throw that out there because it
Oh,
was
yeah.
catchy as fuck, man.
Yeah.
It really caught my attention. It was like old school punk
We
rock.
throw that in there, yeah. We definitely got some. We love the Ramones.
Motorhead. heavy.
Yeah.
Your voice, you're like mine. You're raspy, you're deep, but you know your voice if you hear that song.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
right on, yeah.
Rose Tattoo.
Dude, love Rose
Rock and roll,
Tattoo,
man.
One of my favorite
When you
rock and roll
brought
bands.
them up, man. So when we played Putz,
Yeah.
I don't remember how long each band played, but I remember
we had to play. You fuckers made us play like an hour or some shit. And we got a set list of like 2-minute songs this long. I still have it, dude. I'm just like, I'll look at that
you
like,
still got the set?
God damn it, dude. I think we had to go like an hour 25 when you text us at, or I'm like, dude, we fucking 25, 30 minutes are out the door. Like an hour 25.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh well, we'll do it. And we did. And
that was
a
your
cool
start
challenge,
date, man.
It was a cool challenge.
With that being said, when we did play Putz together the first time, man, like, I know Tyler and I the whole ride home, man. I mean, you guys just all we talked about. I mean, I remember we were trading merch and stuff like that, and I got your guys' record and stuff like that, and dude, we jammed that record the whole way home like twice.
Yeah.
I mean, Trial, dude. Okay, Filth and Majesty on Facebook, man. Check them out. YouTube, go to YouTube. Filth and Majesty is on there. Trial by Trash Fire, full record. I actually just listened to it last night and earlier today.
Yeah.
Dude, just rock and roll, man. So let's talk about that. Now, I know member changes. Some member changes. We'll get into that a little bit here in a few minutes. But now, when you guys did Trial, how long did it take? Where were you guys at? Where were you at personally? Like, what was your mindset going into it?
With Trial, like, that's one that, like, that was when we kind of grew up as a band a little bit. At the time, it was Brandon Clark, our drummer, who started Filth with me, and Steve on bass, my brother and our buddy Eddie Black. And, like, he played guitar, and, like, we booked a studio. Eddie found the studio. We booked it in Dayton. And we did, like, I think it was a 3-day session, and we just did it live with some overdubs. Like, we went in there, like, we had all in your first record, like, you know, like, you have your whole life to, you know, the cliche, like, you have your whole life to write your first record. So these are songs that have been kicking around for years. So we knew them, like, we just went in there, cut it live. Ed overdubbed the solos. Now, I did my vocals.
Real quick now, when you say you cut it live, did you do what we used to do back in the day, and you just go in and bass, drums, guitar, all recorded at once?
Yep.
You come in, vote.
Which, dude, I love that process.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
the last record we just did, Who Killed Friday Night, coming out June 12th and June 9th.
I mean, that's punk rock.
Cheap,
it's easy.
Yeah, and on the new one, we kind of did the more track-by-track thing, which is efficient. It sounds fucking great. Like, you're not going to lie. Like,
tiring.
Like, it's, But when you go in there live and cut it, dude, it's so cool. Like, you can look across, and I know I'm going to get, like, Steve's going to give me shit for this, our bass player, because he loves doing that, too. Like, you can...
That's showtime for you folks who don't know. Too sweet, brother.
That's way too many mentions, Steve. But, like, yeah, dude, if, like, you're looking across and, like, you're seeing Steve, you're seeing Eddie, you're seeing Clark, you know, we're all in the room together jamming out. And with this last record, with Who Killed Friday Night, we'd moved, Eddie and I talked about it, and we brought another guy in, Mark, because Eddie's, you know, he's got his stuff going on. So we brought in Mark to play guitar, and we're recording this record, this new one, and, like, it's, one guy's, like, we're having workaround schedules, like, one guy's in, one guy's out today, one guy can come in today, and it just, it works, and it's why it's a necessary evil that everybody deals with, but it's not as fun, I'll say that. Because you're like, you're in there you're staring at a, like, computer screen, listening to a click track, which, again, it sounds great, you need to be in time, it's easier to engineer, easier whatever, but it's not as fun as, like, that live feel of, like, and we're a live rock and roll band, dude, we're not, like, that's what we do, we're just a rock and roll band, so, like,
plug and play.
Exactly, so.
Plug and play.
But yeah, so with Trial, it was a lot of fun, but, yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out, but it's like that style, that live recording style was a ball.
Well, since we're on the topic of Trial by Trash Fire, let's go ahead and move forward a little bit. And like I said, we've played a handful of shows with you guys, man. You guys became our good brothers. Like we we always try to give you guys shout outs and stuff like that. I know you guys
appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it.
do stuff for us, man. We always appreciated that.
We cut a video that never got actually released where Steve rocked an outside shot, sticker on his bass. Your whole band, like, yeah, the sticker, but it never got done. So.
And then, yeah, like we were talking earlier, man, in my kitchen drinking. Yeah. You know, like you talk about videos that don't get released. You know, OS had the, you know, that old Grove video that didn't get released for different reasons. Yeah. But I know when you were mentioning about changing members, now I know how that is, man, and like how you were saying stuff like, hey, I gotta have this click track, you know. See, you and me, man, I feel like we're kind of cut from that same mold, like we're old school rock and roll guys. Like, you know, we get down on the old school stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird having a click track, you know, today, because when I was playing music back in 2001, there was no click track. Your drummer was your click track. Your drummer would hit the sticks, and your drummer kept the beat and kept the timing, and the bass player and the guitar player, you know, hope to God they, because, you know, like when you put, you know, when you put 4 17-year-old kids drunk in a bedroom at your buddy's house, and you're going to write rock and roll and you're going to write punk rock music, you get used to a certain formula that just works. So I understand the whole click track thing. But now moving forward with the, I know, like I said, we played a lot of shows with you guys. I drink a lot, so I don't quite remember the exact time or date. But I remember when you sent me kerosene.
Or cigarettes
and kerosene, sorry. You sent me that, and I know we struggled so hard to like get that to me. Because remember, you're like, hey, can you download this?
Google, dude, it was
and then I'll download that.
Google
and then,
Drive.
And then
we sound like old men,
but
dude.
like we finally, I had to go to my wife and be like, because see, I'm not tech savvy, people. So I had to go to my wife, and I was like, hey, how do I download this thing? But I got it. And man, when I heard Cigarettes and Kerosene, like the opening riff was like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is kind of like new Filth. Okay, like, did you guys transition from Trial by Trash Fire to Who Killed Friday Night?
A little bit, because dude, with this last record, all that stuff I mentioned before, like with the personal stuff. Outside of that, dude, the world was fucking crazy when we went to record that record. Like, we were recording that in like the height of the COVID stuff, like whatever you want to say, like. At that time, we were all like, what the fuck is going on? Like, we started in January with pre-production. And then we, like, went in March, April to, like, lay it down. And, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, we're looking at stories on our phone. We're just like, what is going on? And then at the same time in Fort Wayne, when the stuff in Minnesota went down, like, Fort Wayne took to that. And, like, they took to the streets, dude. And, like, there's that stuff going on there. And, like, we're trying to record a record. And it's like... you know, we're like, it feels kind of silly, like, you know, hey, we got all this shit going on, and we're up here trying to, you know, make a record about drinking beer and porn stars and stuff. And like, then in my mind, I'm like, dude, all that's going on, but this record, Who Killed Friday Night, coming out June 12th, CD, June 19th, digital. It's all fun stuff, dude. Plug. Yeah, buddy, all about the plugs, baby.
All about the plugs, baby.
But like, what we're doing on Who Killed Friday Night, and that kind of, the title too, is like, who took the fun away? Like, Friday Night, well, that used to be like my favorite.
What was your Friday night?
Well, when I was a kid, TGIF, daddy.
What was your Friday night? You're sitting there, you got 3 of your best buddies at your house.
Yeah.
Friday night, you're out of school, you don't have school the next day, you guys can hang out, do whatever you want. What are you guys doing?
Okay, so.
Friday night.
Okay, so.
Food, movies, games, what do you got?
Okay, so with like, early high school would have been like the Murder Dolls. I was still am a huge Murder Dolls fan.
Right on.
I used to dig into some Slipknot and stuff, doing The Offspring.
Love Slipknot. Corey Taylor, one of the last true rock and rollers in my opinion. Bad motherfucker. Besides yourself.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. But like more recently, like with my buds that I've hung out with for years, like I don't know, I think we all kind of got introduced after high school. I have a couple buds still from high school, but like. Most of the dudes I hang out with now, I met post like through rock and roll, through, you know, being a drunken lunatic and stuff. So like when we're all hanging out, we're throwing on some hair metal, we're getting some Wasp going, some Slaughter, some like whatever else, like obviously some Crew, big Alice Cooper, a fan myself too. So we're getting that going. We're getting a case of Schlitz, getting some Keith Stones going.
Some Schlitz.
Used to be a lot of Goldschlager and Jägermeister, and like it just
Gold crystals, you like those gold crystals?
dude. When you're like 22,
I know, right?
and you're going and buying like, dude, there's fucking gold.
You go to
in
like
this.
you go to a party and you're like, wait a minute, what is this? Like, I'm gonna drink gold? I'm drinking gold, you
And
know?
it tastes like fucking shit.
Yeah,
dude. It's like cinnamon
Straight
fucking
ass,
garbage.
dude. Like, it's like someone put like tap water with like 2 cinnamon sticks
Yeah.
and threw some fucking glitter in a bowl and was like, here, let's sell these
Yeah.
dumbass kids.
Yeah, for
this
like
drink,
$26
you know?
a
Yeah.
bottle, whatever the fuck. I was like, yeah, let's fucking. We do this shit where we're like, we just mix it with anything. Like
Yeah,
we
fuck it.
Mad Dog and like fucking like like whatever. We'll just like make a shot out of it and hammer it and like, yeah, dude, a lot of Goldschlager back in those days. But like, watch wise, like, okay, so in Filth we kind of have some camps. We're sports nerds and we're horror nerds.
Hey.
Well, I'm a horror nerd. Steve and Brandon aren't as much. Me and Mark we're big horror nerds. Steve and Brandon not so much. We all love wrestling, but Mark doesn't. So I'm trying to figure out what we could throw on as
Mark,
a crew.
what are you really doing on your Friday nights?
You
What
don't
are
know,
you
dude.
really doing?
You don't want to know.
Oh my.
Yeah, but like recently, well, I was throwing like a live DVD. Like, what have we been watching recently with those dudes? Like, we watched the new Mortal Kombat the other night. I mean,
Oh, okay, let's
that
talk
was
about
pretty
that.
cool. We did have a good time with that.
So what do you think of Mortal Kombat? I know it's a little off topic from where I wanted to
We're
go here,
divided,
but you
divergent
brought
on
it
this.
up. Like I just gotta.
I loved it, dude.
I gotta
It was
stick
like,
it in there real quick, man.
Oh,
I gotta
no,
know.
just okay. Well, yeah,
90s version, this version. What do you got?
I like this version, dude. It was fun. Like that, the dude that played Kano was like the only like thing that made it away from just,
Cabal
like,
made the
being fan
movie for me.
service. Oh, he looked badass.
Cabal made the movie.
Yeah.
If Cabal wouldn't have been in the movie, sorry, Warner Brothers, whoever the fuck put it on.
Okay, but
I just wasn't a fan.
Scorpion's like this.
badass.
The Scorpion was fucking. And dude,
I like
when he's
Scorpion.
like, when he said that shit about like I've come from hell to kill you,
Yes,
I'm like,
yes.
whoa! I stood up and cheered, dude.
Yeah. Like instead of like being burdened by those flames,
Yeah.
he adapted
He's
those
like,
flames,
fuck
man.
you.
Like
Yeah.
he come back for revenge. Cool.
His
Cole,
kid-
what the fuck?
Oh,
I was so
his like
fucking confused.
grandkid or whatever.
Was it like his kid? Was it his son?
And he
His grandson?
sucked.
What the
That
fuck
kid
was
sucked.
it? Like it was fucking. What the fuck was his bodysuit? I mean, seriously, you're in Mortal Kombat in the tournament. Fucking terrible.
And it like he kept getting.
Where
his
the
ass
fuck was the
bailed out.
tournament?
Well, we'll get there. Dude. We'll get there.
I
Calm
gotta,
down, buddy.
I
Calm
gotta
down.
go 90s version for now.
Which do you?
Like,
Okay,
when they
you
brought
did
in
the-
Cyrax and Sector in Mortal Kombat 2 in
Yeah.
the 90s, fucking badass.
Dude,
like,
Cyrax
you can't
is probably
argue
my favorite.
the
Mortal
Cyrax.
Kombat
I know,
character.
right?
Him and
dude?
Noob Saibot,
Dude.
But I don't know, man. Like the second '90s one is kind of unwatchable. The
It's
first
cheesy.
one,
It's
yeah.
real cheap. It's
you
very
get too much of that '90s CG
Yeah.
too, dude. But
Yep.
yeah. So we I'm trying to keep her on the rails, dude. I'm hammered. I came packing today.
That's what we do here, man. We drink and we shoot the shit, man.
Yeah, came back and eat. But yeah,
But yeah, like you were saying, man, like you get with your buddies, man, and like I get that, man. Like you and I were down here talking earlier,
yeah.
and when you look at what you grew up on,
Yeah.
and you look at what you're playing.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I'm a Hank Williams guy, Merle Haggard, George Jones, all that good stuff. Country western twang. My family are hillbillies. We're from the South.
We're all hillbillies.
We we honky tonk.
Yeah.
But my sisters, they listen to Guns N' Roses. They listen to
Yeah.
Motley Crue, Poison,
Yeah.
Rat, Wasp, all that stuff.
Yeah.
My brothers were into Rancid and the Ramones. And
You
the
guys
Sex
good
Pistols,
meat,
like
good
that.
blend right there.
So I was able to kind of figure
Yeah.
out. But as I've gotten older, I'm almost 40 now.
Yeah.
And I've gotten older, and I
Wait, we're not the same age then.
You younger than me?
Just kidding.
I thought you were older than me.
No, dude, I'm 30. I'm a few years younger than you.
You're looking like an old man, Jeff.
What are you talking, dude? It's
Looking
a
like
gray
an
in
old
the beard,
man.
brother. I can't help it.
You know who you look like right now?
I don't want to hear it. The worst question
You
anybody.
look like fucking Jimmy Garvin, man.
Oh,
A rock and roll
Jimmy
express.
Jam, dude. I'll
Jimmy
take
Jam,
it. I'll
dude.
take
Yeah,
it.
it's a fucking
okay,
compliment.
So usually whenever anybody's like, "Hey, you know who you look like," I'm just like, I don't fucking want to hear this.
I
Go
know,
away.
I know,
Like,
yeah, like leave me alone.
like,
I
I
hear
wanna-
Rob Zombie like 1,000 fucking
Oh,
times a day, and I'm like, will you
gosh.
please just shut the fuck up
I want
already?
to,
Like,
dude. I want to come up with some real crass thing to start saying. I'm a nice guy, though. I can't do it, but I want to come up with some
Yeah.
real
Me
crass
too.
shitty
I'm
things.
such a
like,
nice guy.
Oh, the dude's
I'm a
fucking
nice
mom
guy.
or whatever. Yeah, right. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, dude, the Jimmy Jam Garvin comparison.
yeah, dude.
Woo!
I mean, you really do
I'll take
like
it. I'll take
rock
it.
and roll fucking express all night long, man.
Rock and Roll Express mid. What are you talking
Dude,
about?
dude,
Dude, that's not the Rock and Roll Express. That's a Freebirds, Daddy.
Oh, I'm in the Freebird. Shit, look, you got me drunk. You got me drunk, Jeff.
the
And now I'm over
Freebirds.
here. That's fucking
the
fabulous.
late
Freebirds.
Freebirds.
See, now I want to hear the song.
Bad Street.
Yeah,
Bad
dude.
Street.
I mean, but like you couldn't argue. And I'm really, God, I'm a professional wrestling guy, and I really fucking screwed
It's
the
all right,
pooch
buddy.
on that.
Everybody botches. Everybody gets a botch.
That was me falling off the top rope. I drink a lot.
What are we talking about? What were we talking about?
Well, basically where we were going was like
Oh, yeah.
Friday night, man. Like when you were with your buddies and what? Okay, you're 13 years old, man.
Okay, 13. I didn't have a
13.
lot of buddies when I was 13. That's not fair, dude.
We could have been buddies.
Yeah, because there weren't a lot of buddies.
What was your top 3 movies, man, for Friday night? Like
When I was 13?
Yeah, for 13 years old, man.
Dude, okay, so I had a VHS.
What was out at the time?
Okay, so I would have been in 7th grade, and that was like 99, 2000. So at that time, this is no joke, I had a bunch of my parents' VHS tapes. I had The Big Lebowski and Dazed Confused, and I used to love, because I loved The Big Lebowski first because they said fuck a lot.
Yeah.
And when you're a kid, you're like, oh, shut the fuck up, Donnie, and you think, oh, God, he's saying fuck and all this, and it's funny. But I kept watching that movie to fall asleep because I just had these few VHSs. And now that movie's like one of my all-timers. Like, I could watch that today and be stoked. Like, I've seen it so many times. And then it was Dazed and Confused. And like, when like you get to high school, you think like, oh,
Did you think that's what it was gonna be?
Yeah, like I want to be like fucking
did.
Randall Pink
Yeah,
Floyd, and I want to
yeah.
be the cool guy that likes
Yeah,
stoners.
absolutely.
No, it's a
Absolutely.
fucking nightmare. The
Now,
whole thing sucks.
You bring up high school. Let me ask you this, man.
Yeah.
Rock and roller. High school was just the people who, and I'm just gonna shoot here. The people,
Shooting out right between the eyes.
you fucking people who think that high school is the best 4 years of your life.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck planet you live on because you don't live in fucking reality where I live.
Yeah.
Worst years of my life. If I didn't have Ryan and David and Travis, the Click, 2 sweet boys, that's another cheap plug. If I didn't have those guys, man,
Yeah.
and Tyler, my best friend, fuck, dude, high school was terrible. So for you being a rock and roller, I'm sure you know you dressed the way you dressed.
Yeah,
you did
yeah.
the things you did, and you listened to what you listened to. What was high school like for you, man?
It was okay. Like the first 2 years were a little weird. Like I'll still, you're still kind of finding yourself. Like I showed up, dude, freshman year. I remember the first day of freshman year. You remember that band Lit?
Yes.
I showed up looking like
We
I
covered
fucking
those guys.
I looked like I fucking belonged in Lit. I wore this fucking stupid white shirt with like flames and stuff, and I had like dice buttons. And I'm like, I'm gonna be the coolest kid in fucking school. Like I'm gonna roll up in there, all the kids. I'm like, I'm gonna be like Randall Floyd.
Because middle school, you're like the shit, you know?
No,
what I
I
mean?
wasn't the shit. I was
I
even
wasn't
worse
either,
in
but
middle
I mean,
school.
but still, like you're thinking like I was in shit in
Yeah.
middle school and go to high school.
But and I like rolled up and I'm like, I was just it was horrible, dude. Like freshman year was horrible. Sophomore, I had some good buds. Like I used to play in a band with some friends called Clinically Insane, which it was a band that were like I was the only one who played, had an instrument, but like we get together and hang out and like write songs. It was a good time. But like after that, like junior and senior year got cool. I started playing football. Because, I mean, you're a basketball guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love sports,
I played
too.
basketball in school.
Yeah, I love sports. Like,
I was the white Dennis Rodman. I had the crazy fucking hair and the tattoos.
shocked by
Like,
that, too.
I was the white Dennis Rodman. That's what they
Yeah.
called me.
Yeah, like so I started playing football and stuff, and things got cool. And then through football, when I graduated, I know this is going to sound crazy to think of now, but I like coached Pee Wee, like I coached 10 through 12-year-olds with some buds for like 5-6 years.
And how was that, man? Like,
It was a
how did you get
blast.
into that? Like,
Yeah,
actually,
like-
because I know we were talking about this earlier.
When I played high school ball, like the coaches put out the like, hey, if you guys want to help out with our Pee Wee program, and my buddy John Lehman and my buddy Ryan Hunt, we're like, hell yeah, we'll do that. And we just kept showing up, and then eventually the coach that we worked with, he moved on, and like we took over, and like next thing we know, we're like 4 years in, like still doing this. And I remember, dude, first time I ever drank Jägermeister. It was the night before our Pee Wee football draft, and like we did a bunch of that. I think there was Goldschlager involved too for a little callback for it. But like, well, yeah, we're hammering that, and like
Sprinkle drink.
Oh yeah, the glitter. But like we hammered that, and like I remember that night. It was the first time I ever got sick from drinking. Where you're like, dude, just misery. Your head starts spinning. You're like, oh god. And I got sick, and the next day was our draft. And I forgot one of the kids, like, I lived pretty close to where the draft was in North Manchester, and, like, the kids, like, pat, like, hey, it's the draft. It's like, hey, we gotta go, because it was, I think it was my nephew or a cousin or something that was gonna play. I had to, like, I was gonna take him to the draft. And I just woke up, like, hungover as hell, eyes bloodshot, like, whatever. And I'm like, oh, God. And all three of us were, like, my buddy Ryan and John, we were all like that. And we make it to the draft, and, like, we loved it. I snapped out, like, all right, man, this is cool. Like, I can get into this, like, doing all this stuff, like, being involved in.
Now, are you still doing it?
No, I haven't for a lot of time, or a lot of years, because, like, what you run into when you do anything like that is you have, like, parents are kind of weird. And, dude, especially now, and it's just, people are weird. People suck. Not everybody, but you know what I mean.
We came from you know, a similar generation, and like when we were kids, you know, it was different back then. Mm-hmm. And I tell a lot of people that, you know, like, I'm not old in my age. Yeah. I'm old in my body because I've abused the shit out of it. I mean, you know, I did the backyard wrestling thing, playing music. You're a musician. You get it. You jump around. You know, it does take a toll on you after so many years of doing the shit. Now, were you the cool coach? Were you, and by cool, I don't mean like the definition of like what high school cool is, like, oh, that's the cool kid.
I know what you mean.
Were you the guy that the kids came to because they trusted you, like you were their leader? Like they looked at this guy like, hey man, this guy, I think this guy knows life. Like, I can talk to this guy. Were you the guy that they came to?
We all, like I mentioned earlier, like me, my buddy John, and my buddy Ryan, we all kind of were that in a way. Because we were all young guys. We were like 20, 21 years old.
Yeah, because you guys were living your best lives at this point. You guys were able to drink legally. You've already been able to buy porn at 18.
Yeah, that's true.
You could buy cigarettes at 18. Yeah. I know you don't smoke cigarettes, but you could do that.
If I wanted, I could.
Yeah.
So, dude.
But the kids, though, they...
Yeah, like, I felt like we did...
Because you seem like that guy.
Oh, I appreciate that, dude. But, like, if I were a kid playing on that team, I would have been happy with the coaching staff I had. Like, so, yeah, dude. Like, I think we all were. We all kind of were. Like, it was now, like we all were good dudes.
Did you take... When you play...
Yeah.
And I know you know the feeling of playing.
Like, we talking music?
Yeah, we're talking music, man.
Let's get into it.
Like we said earlier, man, we first met, and right away, I think you texted me or something like, again, I drink a lot, but I don't know the exact date. I think you texted me like a while back, and you said, hey man, that photograph, and...
Oh, the one that, picture,
Chanel photograph.
Yeah, my wife Chanel put it up on the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
That, I actually came across that the other day. My little brother Chris, 2C motherfucker. I'm gonna give out shout outs all fucking day long. That's what we do here on Shootin' Machine. Yeah, man. When I scrolled across that photo, he had, I think it was like his memory or something on Facebook, popped up. And I saw that photo, and I know it was, for me when I look at that photo, I'm like, damn man, that's fucking family right there. Like, that was one of the. Was that the first show or the second show?
That was. I believe that's when we met you guys. Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember I think I tried to be Tim Armstrong, and I wore the Chuck Taylors.
Nice. Yeah.
And everyone gave me shit for the Chuck Taylors. They're like, dude, you're not 19 no more. You don't do the Chuck Taylor. You know what I mean?
Taylors. Get out
and I was like, okay, blah blah blah.
Come on.
But yeah, man, like when I saw that photo, now, and the reason I bring that photo up is because. I'm going to bring up something, and I know you know what this is. The curtain call incident.
Curtain call, all right, yeah. Okay, let's get into it.
Look at the curtain call.
Okay.
And then look at that photograph. The landscape changed. Because not only did we become buddies.
Okay, yeah.
And not only did our two bands fuse, wrestling-infused bands. I mean, we're over here, we're doing the DX. I think I was posting like Shawn Michaels in a photograph or something. Or maybe T Money was. I don't know. Somebody I remember was Shawn Michaels. I just love
how you reach like this with the glass. That's good shit. That's good shit, dude. That's good.
It was one of the okay, like in wrestling.
Yeah.
There's iconic moments. It's like when Hogan met Andre.
Oh, so this is like when Hogan.
It's like when Hogan met Andre. I mean, it was like...
Yeah.
I can't.
We backed him in the Pontiac Silverdome or whatever. Yeah, shit got ripped.
Serious question.
I know what you mean.
Serious question. Who body slammed you? Was it Filth to OS or OS?
I don't know.
You got me crying. I can't even light my cigarette. Oh God. But anyway, like I was saying.
But it was OS, but an OS had been body slammed for years in the territories before WrestleMania.
Whose territory were we working?
I don't fucking know.
Jim Cornette.
He didn't know the Smoky Mountain.
He hated us.
Yeah,
Too much sucking chops for him.
Nuclear heat. Goddamn.
But the photo when I saw the photo, it reminded me of the curtain call because I was like, wow, we're like
Steve. Shout out to Steve again. He's just geeking out.
that's
right
Showtime for you kids who don't know who that is. Check him out. That's Showtime Steve, baby. I'm Nate. Showtime Steve.
All right. All right.
But yeah, like
sorry.
I guess if you're gonna drink, I'll drink with you.
Cheers. Mm-hmm. All right. Get. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Keep cutting you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
Get her.
But the photo, when I saw the photo, man, it really because I have a lot of on a serious note.
Yeah.
I have a lot of really good experiences. I mean, like we were talking earlier down here.
Yeah.
Before the cameras roll.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing it since you said 2000.
Probably like off and on since like 08, maybe
08?
07, 08, yeah, somewhere around there.
And for me, I'm in 01, 02 maybe. I've played with a lot of bands, man, and I've connected with a lot of bands. I have a lot of band tattoos from local bands that I've gotten because it's memories for me.
Yeah.
You guys are next, but I got a nice little spot somewhere up here.
Oh, God,
but
that's cool.
But yeah, man, I was gonna surprise you with this.
Well, there it is.
But no, man, like when I saw that photo, it really it kicked me back to Displeased days, and those were the best days of my life. You know, playing music. I mean, three to four of my best friends, depending on what member would be there or whatever. But man, that was just the funnest times of my life, and that photo meant so much because. And then when you text me and you said, "Hey, good sister Chanel, frame that." And
she did.
do
it up on the wall.
And then I saw the other day from my little brother, his memory. That photo, man, I look back on that now, and this. It's not like I'm looking back 10 years. I'm looking back a couple years, but at the same time, though, it's like, okay, this was just a good time. That was an infusion of two bands that just created something, man, in a bar, and like I look at that, and to me, that was, again, I'm gonna do a wrestling pun here. That was just like, Hogan versus Andre. It was, hey, let's throw these two bands in this room, man, because like I said earlier, I heard you guys, fell in love with you guys, loved the tunes, man, rock and roll guy, I'm a rock and roll guy. Heard the music, instantly fell in love, and then to be able to play with you guys, man, was like so much fun, and then to get that moment, because it was a moment of musicians coming together, and where I'm going with it is it was a moment of musicians, but wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Now, wrestling fans.
Yes.
You're a wrestling fan. I'm a wrestling fan.
I am. Yes.
When you wrestling fans, man, different community. Is it like punk rock? Because it is to me. It's a community. So what is you're a weird kid. I'm a weird kid. Mm-hmm. We're weird people, man. We're into pro wrestling. We're into rock and roll music. We're into horror movies.
Yeah.
No people, kind of go back to high school. Nobody was really into that shit. You had your jocks and your sports fanatics and all that. Now, again, we like sports, yes. But we were more into the weird shit and the creepy shit and whatever. When you look at it, what was...
like the similarities.
How was pro wrestling, man, being a fan in the community, man? Not just being a fan of the community. What was punk rock and rock and roll community? Like, how did you intertwine the two?
Okay, so how I intertwined the two? Okay, so as far as like...
Because you have the Black Heart. Owen Hart tribute, man. I mean, come on, that's rock and roll and wrestling. So how did you...
So with the punk rock community thing, like... Now, like, I feel like in the last year, shit's kind of gotten weird again.
Yeah.
Which is, because, everybody's in their tribe now, like, but when Phil started, we were on the bill with a lot of, like metalcore. Remember the metalcore thing?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Early 2000s?
Yeah, it's kind of,
It was kind of like the rap core?
Sort of. I'm talking like kind of like the Atreyu stuff.
Yeah, but do you
like,
remember the rapcore stuff though?
Yeah,
too?
that was But what we dealt with was more the metalcore guys, and like there were some cool bands. Like we had our buds in Sound the Messenger and AXP. Like those guys, but a lot of those guys were kind of turds.
Mm.
And I mean, again, there were cool people there, but like for the most part, those guys were kind of turds, and they didn't want to hang out with us because like when Phil started, we were playing like what we play now in a way, like punk rock stuff with some hair metal infused, and they didn't want shit to do with us. Like they had like 2 singers, 3 guitar players, a keyboardist, and all this shit, and we're like 3 dudes playing punk rock, and they, you know, I understand like we weren't part of their community. We're just like, and they didn't warm up to us very much, but like kind of since we've gotten into the punk rock community, those dudes, like the pop punk people, I keep saying dudes. Dudes is a gender non-specific for me. I call everybody
dudes and dudettes, all you cool cats and kittens out there.
Yeah, I call everybody dude.
Me too.
But like, when we jumped into that scene, we were like, it feels like maybe now they're you know, when I say this, like, oh fuck that guy, but like we're welcomed in. Like those people were cool. Like, and then. Like we hooked up with like the band like Flamingo Nosebleed, Nifty Skullet, Covert Flops, like bands like that. Those guys are great. They're always super cool. That's like Split Second from Ohio. We had some Tear Off Clean Up from Ohio, another punk rock band that we got kind of cool with. And they embraced us, dude. And this is before we even like hooked up with you guys.
Yeah.
But like the punk rock community to me was always cool. Like I felt at home. Like there were some, and Lurking Corpses too was another. They're more of a metal group, but like those dudes were cool to us too. Mm-hmm. And we get in with all these like dudes, and we're all horror nerds, we're all whatever. And the thing you learn about punk rockers a lot of times, they all love heavy metal. They're all hair metal nerds. Like me, I can't play, so I play punk rock.
Starts with Chuck Berry and you know how to move forward.
I mean, there's dudes that are, but I mean, you talk to a lot of these dudes and you end up talking about like fucking Wasp and shit more than the fucking Replacements. So, but like, yeah. Anyway, do
you find yourself? See, I do. Do you find yourself listening to more what you grew up on than what you were into in your teenage angst years? As far as like I was angry,
dude. Yeah.
Like, songs that you might have heard when you were a kid and you're like, I didn't get it then, but I get it now because the lyrics mean something more now. I created my own story with these songs. Like,
definitely, and like the thing that I'm running into like now, when I go back to some of the stuff, like, okay, so the first album I ever bought when I was a little kid, I was in 4th grade.
Now, you say little kid. Now,
well, 4th grade. I was
4th grade, so you're probably like,
I was 6 foot
8
12.
years old.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what are you buying?
I bought. Okay, so I was with my dad in Karma Records. I think it was in Peru, Indiana. And
Karma.
And my dad's a rock. I had pretty young parents, so they were both hip to like a lot of rock and roll stuff or whatever. And the first cassette I ever bought was Smash, the Offspring cassette. And I was like I said, I didn't know what the hell was going on in those songs. Like I heard it come out and play when I was a kid on the radio. And I'm like, this song's cool. Gotta keep separated. Yeah. Like this song's cool as hell. So my dad like let me buy that cassette. My mom was pissed because you know that song. That song is a pretty serious song. Like, but like that was the first thing I ever bought. And then like my old man and my mom were both like metalheads and stuff from the '80s, and so I got like a boombox or whatever. My dad gave me a box of his cassettes, and I'm getting like deep cut hair metal shit like Bang Tango, Faster Pussycat, like Sleazebees, Kicks, LA Guns. And I'm loving this shit. Yeah. Like, I'm listening to stuff like all these songs about like these like cool long haired dudes like banging chicks and partying. I'm like, all right, man, this is who I am, I guess. And then like, I've always like that stuff will always have a soft spot in my heart. Like I love that stuff. I will forever be a hair metal nerd. But like, and then we get to like junior high, and I also love, like we've talked about, I love horror stuff, and then like I get into like Slipknot and some of the new metal stuff, which at the time that stuff was great because like my parents were divorced and like I got into like Papa Roach and shit. Like I'm a pissed off 13-year-old, 12, 13.
For sure, yeah.
Like dude, when I hear Last Resort, I'm like, like
you know,
these guys know, like, and I got into that, and then like I heard because I used to read Metal Edge magazine. Did you ever read that one, or Hit Parade, or any of those?
Hit Parade was one of my favorites. Circus.
Yeah, those
was
were all
another
cool.
magazine. And see, and these are again, like these are conversations that like, unfortunately, this generation
Yeah.
won't know unless we're teaching this generation. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Circus and Hit Parader and all that stuff, man. These were magazines. I go to Walden Books here at
Yeah.
our former mall here in town. And me and my friends, I mean, we would just sit there for hours and just,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like arcade and Walden Books. That's all we wanted to do.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, and it like, and I get that. And like, I try not to be the preachy old guy with rock and roll or like anything. Like, you know, if whatever you're gonna do. But like with those magazines, like I discovered this band called the Murder Dolls, which I brought up earlier. But like, that was a band that was Joey Jordison from Slipknot. He played guitar, and Wednesday 13. He's a horror punk. Everybody knows every horror. Like you've heard that name, but like, and these dudes all get together, and I see them on a cover of Metal Edge magazine, and I'm like a kid going to like a record shop, like a Sam Goody, I don't remember which one it was, and like I see these dudes, and it's like, holy shit, these guys look like the guys, you know, from the hair metal stuff that I used to love, but that's the guy from Slipknot, and I love Slipknot. And they're singing about like The Exorcist and shit.
Yeah.
Like I love horror movies, so I just got like obsessed with that band.
Now, now you mentioned not to cut you off, but now you
Yeah.
mentioned the Murder Dolls.
Yeah.
Joey Jordison, the drummer, original drummer for Slipknot.
Yeah. Yep.
Corey Taylor, like I mentioned earlier, in my opinion, one of the last true rock and roll motherfuckers. True blue rock and roll. Stone Sour.
Yeah.
I got into Stone Sour to a point where like I was drowning in that, man. Like everything that Corey was saying, it threw me back to being. I know you mentioned the age 13.
Yeah.
I know what I was doing at 13. I was Kurt Cobain's guy. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I mean, Nirvana was my shit. Like, I was depressed. I was pissed off. I was angry. Teenage angst. I want to break everything.
Yeah.
Kurt kept me balanced.
Yeah.
I have not, since that day, found a guy to keep me balanced until Corey motherfucking Taylor came along.
Yeah.
That guy can put on a mask and be the angriest motherfucker in the world, but then take that mask off and be the nicest guy in the fucking world. And sing these beautiful love songs. And it's like, and that's how I've always felt.
Yeah.
I'm fire and ice. One side of me is on fire, the other side is freezing cold, man. I'm Hank Williams and I'm Waylon Jennings.
Yeah.
I'm Waylon with the ladies. I'm Hank Williams with the pain.
I like it. I like it.
That's
dude.
what it
That's a
is.
good analogy.
Waylon with the ladies, Williams with the pain. I'm torn. I've always had a war.
Yeah.
Corey Taylor was that guy that just always set me free with
Yeah.
the angriness and then like the love and the sadness too. So now you mentioned Murder Dolls.
Yeah.
Stone Sour. Did you get into Stone Sour? Did you
Initially,
Was there
yeah.
anything that like?
Dude.
Was there any songs that like you heard it and you're like kind of like I did, where it's like shit, man, tear down my cheek. Like I get that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
I did-
what band's done that for you?
Well, okay, but we'll circle back to the Stone Sour thing. Like when that happened, I was so into like the Slipknot stuff and like reading Metal Edge and all that stuff. Like I was in. Like I was all in on the new metal stuff. And like when Stone Sour came out, that Get Inside tune. At first, I was like, dude, this. Oh yeah, okay, this will work too. And then I heard that Bother song that kind of sounds like the Phil Collinsy type, whatever. Like I was like, dude, this is a cool tune too.
Yeah.
And then I saw the video and like, yeah, I got into that stuff.
The aging and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like I got into that. I got into that for a little bit. I didn't really stick with it too much, but like I did with like the Murder Dolls, whatever. But like,
Who would you put? Okay, let me put you on the spot here real quick.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I gotta know. You can put me on the spot too if you want to. I don't care. We're shooting, baby. We're shooting.
we're shooting. It's all shooting.
I'm gonna do the one thing that every musician hates.
Yeah. Oh man, I hate being the. All right, go
I
for
know.
it. Go for it.
I know. Top 5
Oh.
favorite bands of all time.
Okay.
Of all time, whether it's
Okay.
whatever you got. What do you
Okay,
got?
I can do that. So, top
Start
5.
5.
Top 5. Okay.
Start
so
with 5.
Okay, so I will start, like, the first band I ever saw live, I saw when I was, I think, 11 years old. I saw Motley Crue and Cheap Trick. It was on the Generation Swine tour. And that show, like, I love Cheap Trick, and they're one of my favorites, maybe not top 5, close, but, like, Crue, for me, after that show, that was, like, my life. Because I saw that, and I saw my first boob there, like, there was all this shit, like, all this craziness, like, little 11-year-old, some dude spilled beer, you're like this, spilled beer all over my Orlando Magic starter jacket, and so I left reeking of beer, and, like, just that concert was so important to me, and, like, I know it probably didn't happen, but Nikki Sixx, like, came to our side of the stage and, like, pointed up and, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, that dude's pointing at me.
Yeah.
I didn't know who Nikki Sixx was at
Yeah.
the time. Like, from that point on, like, Nikki Sixx was my idol. And so I would definitely have to put Crew in there. And I know as of now, like, the Crew thing's kind of like, I get it. I understand why someone would get annoyed with Motley Crue and not dig it. But, like, for me, that stuff's always going to have a special place in my heart. I love Alice Cooper. Alice and Crew kind of trade back and forth. I love Alice. Alice is my hero. Yeah, Alice is my hero. I love Alice Cooper. I'll go Ramones up there.
Yeah.
I will go Blitzkid, the shirt I'm wearing today, actually. Blitzkid's one of my favorite bands. And then I would probably throw Faster Pussycat in there.
Okay,
you know that
a
is?
name that doesn't really get thrown a lot.
I love
it's when you
Faster
bring them up
Pussycat.
because it doesn't get thrown around a lot,
that's
man.
That's
like,
a band like I've seen a couple times when I was a kid. I keep going back to this. When I was a kid, my parents, I think it was my dad, had their cassette. And when I was younger, like when Mom would go out or whatever, and like we still had all the stuff hanging around. Like Mom would go out and I'd be kind of home alone. I'd go back in the bedroom. They had this big badass stereo. I'd throw Whip, the Faster Pussycat album. Every song about some kind of weird sex shit or murder or whatever. And I didn't know. I was a kid, so I'd like put that on. And I like wet my hair because I had crazy curly hair when I was younger. My hair was not like this. Yeah, like a little bit now, yeah. But it didn't grow out.
Jimmy Garvin look.
Jimmy Jam, baby. So I like wet my fucking hair and like get in the mirror and rock out to these songs. This whole album, like I was playing a set, you know. And like that band has been a favorite for me. I feel like they're way underrated. The first album is what it is, but like if you go and check out Whipped, Faster Pussycat's album Whipped, it's fan-fucking-tastic. We saw it recently.
Before we get into this top two real quick, 'cause
Okay.
you said something that struck my interest because I was caught so many times doing this, and I was like, God, I'm gonna be a rock star. You said you go in your room, you
Yeah,
did
you have something
you
similar to
could,
that?
and you jam,
Yeah.
throw a guitar on. You weren't plugged
Broom
in.
handle, dude.
I wasn't
Usually
plugged
broom.
in half the time, you know what I mean? 'Cause my mom didn't like the loud music.
What do you got?
When you go in your room and you're looking at all these posters of people and you're like, I can do this. I want to be this guy. I want to be
Yeah.
that guy. You know what I mean? Because as a kid, you know, you find these idols and you look up to them. You know, like I said earlier, with Kurt Cobain was one of mine.
Yeah,
Joe was one of mine.
dude.
How many times did your parents catch you in there just
All-
wailing? Now I know you
all
said
the
broom
time.
handle.
All the time, dude. Like, but they were cool with it. Like I said,
Yeah.
both my parents they were rock and rollers. They
Yeah,
still are
mine
to
too.
this day.
Yep.
And like they were cool with it. Like they loved it. They were super supportive of like anything Steve and I would get into. My brother.
Now you bring up Steve, and I gotta ask
you bring up Steve.
this. Showtime, baby. Now I
I
know
love all these drops.
I know you and I talked
Yeah.
a while back, and now I know Steven wasn't always an original member.
No, no, Steve wasn't there when we started. Because when we started,
When and how? Because I know you guys are brothers.
yeah, we are.
So
we
now
are.
you guys are legit family. Now I know band members become family. I get that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of band members only know each other for so long. They don't know their girlfriends or wives, their whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, and that's
Yeah,
in you know big bands and whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're playing with your legitimate family, a guy that you've grown up with, a guy that you've wrestled in the backyard with because you're both into pro wrestling, a guy that you've had cookouts with, you've been at the family table with him. How did you come to Showtime? That's a click of saying that's gone, and he might need another one. So, brother, there you go. That's another Showtime pun right there, because it's Keystone. Too sweet, my brother. But yeah, on the topic of Steven, man.
Yeah, let's talk about Steven.
Let's talk about Steven. Man, he's getting heat. Showtime's. I think I heard a bit.
He always gets heat, dude. Wherever he goes, he loves.
How hard was that, man? Like
How hard was it
How
to-
hard was it? How easy was it? Where did you put yourself in the mindset of saying, "Hey, I'm going to get my brother. We're going to play in a punk band together. We're going to play in a rock band together.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're going to do this together." You grew up together. You know each other. You're brothers. You're blood. How did that happen, man? Like, how do you do that? What's that phone call like?
It was. We were in.
Be honest. He's going to see this regardless, Jeff. So.
Oh yeah, no, but it's Steve. Steve's a guy that loved the rock and roll stuff.
Mhm.
But if you talk to Steve, he's got like encyclopedic knowledge of any and all sports stuff.
Yeah.
Like he loved.
But it's true.
Yeah, and if you talk to him, like that's what he's into. And like when Phil started, it was myself, Brandon Clark, who's still with us today, and Eddie Black played bass. We were a trio. And at some point, we're like, "Hey, Eddie, you want to play guitar? We'll find a bass player." And we looked around and had some dudes try out and stuff and try with us and hang. It's like some buds. Like we had some awesome buds help us out. But like we had Steve, and like Steve was always there. Like so he'd come to shows, he'd hang out, he was around. Like we lived together. And we could always count on him to be at practice. So like Steve just took to it. Like he's grown so much as a musician, like from where we started to where he is now. Like there's a track on the new record called Draft Bus that Steve actually wrote. And if you would ask me like 6-7 years ago, do you think Steve will ever write? Like Steve's not gonna write no fucking songs, but he does. And like we're working on newer stuff now, and Steve's bringing shit to practice and stuff. Like he's in, like he's all in. Like initially it was like he loves going and playing shows and drinking beers and whatever, and like, and we fight all the time. Like, dude, we're brothers, and like we're in this band, and like my wife Chanel knows. Like, I'll get a text from Steve, like, oh god damn it, like Steve spits at me, blah blah blah. We're back and forth, and like we fight all the time, but it works. It's cool, and like we're all friends in our band. Even the people that aren't like the dudes we've had in the past, we're all still kind of close with. Like especially Eddie. Like Eddie's still like we text all the time. Like he's a brother. Like we love Eddie, and like the dudes like Brandon and I have been doing this since forever. Like 2000, like I said, like we talked about earlier, 2008, 2007. Like he's always been there with me, and like Mark's a guy we've known for years. So we're all super cool and close, and we're all friends. So it makes it a lot easier. I'll just say that, like, cause I know, like, dude, it's a bitch to keep a band together. Like it sucks. It's hard.
Absolutely.
It's so
it's
hard.
a marriage.
Yeah, it is. And
It
like,
is a marriage. Like,
and especially with what
you fall in love with it.
Yeah.
You gotta work on it, man.
Yeah, and with what we do, where there's no fucking money. Like
No.
none of us are gonna make any money.
No.
Like,
What fucking money do we make?
Yeah,
You know
and
what
it's
I
like
mean?
there's no
You
money.
give out
or
more
anything.
money than you get money.
Oh yeah,
man. Like,
it's and you don't want to call it a hobby. Though. Don't ever fucking say it's a hobby.
no. A what? It's like a dirty word in like musicians terms, you know.
Yeah. So like, but with us, we're all cool. We're all buds. We all love each other, and it works. When we hang out, we practice. We'll go down to my basement, hammer some beers, like we talked about, jam some tunes, throw a movie on, play some ping pong. Like we're all close.
Yeah.
And I know, like we're very lucky. I know that's not how it goes for everybody, because musicians are a pain in the ass.
It is.
They suck.
Yeah,
they all
absolutely,
suck.
man.
And we're all in we all have Arrested Development to still be doing this, like whatever. So I recognize that, and I am that. So
when it comes down to it, like playing with your brother,
yeah.
it's gotta be pretty cool though, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, you'll have
it's
moments.
a guy
Yeah, yeah.
you grew up with, you know. So having him there, I feel like that's like a forefront for you to like. If you're having an issue, obviously, you know, like your brother's gonna be there. If you have trouble writing a song, your brother's gonna be there.
Are you trying to recruit Steve for your projects? Is that what's going on here? You can have Steve. I dare you to deal with Steve for a while.
Steven, Showtime Steven. This is an open invite. You're more than welcome. Come on. Give your brother heat. Whatever you want to do.
On Jeff,
but yeah, man, like, I know we were talking about music and we were talking about wrestling. We dabbed a little bit here and there with everything.
Yeah.
I gotta ask now, let's go back to your top two of your all-time favorite bands.
Yeah.
So two.
My top two, like I was talking, I would have went Motley Crue and Alice Cooper would be my top two. We'll go Crue, Alice, Ramones, Blitzkid, and Faster Pussycat off the top five. So Crue and Alice are probably my top two. That
What did Crue and Alice do that put them in that? Because I know with me, it's when someone asks me, "Hey, what's your favorite band?"
Yeah.
Well, it's a tie. It's Motorhead and Ramones because I love.
Yep. And nobody can fuck with those sounds, dude.
What made you go, "Hey, I'm gonna put"? Because I noticed you said
the Crue thing was the show, like that first.
So it's kind of like that.
That was my live music, dude. I love from that show, live music is fucking everything to me,
Now, speaking of live music, when you play live, man, because I play live and you play live, obviously.
Yeah.
When you play live, man, describe to people who are watching or are going to be watching on Monday, describe to people who, because I can describe it, but I want to hear you say it.
Yeah.
What is that feeling like? Okay, you get up, it's show day. You either run through your set, maybe, that's what we would do or whatever, and you prepare, you might drink, you might smoke, you might, whatever.
Yeah.
What is the okay, show day, it's Saturday, you're playing with your buds.
Yeah.
Describe your day to me, man. time
Like
you wake
show
up with your
day?
wife to the time you get off that stage. You get on the stage, you get off the stage, you wake up out of bed, there you are.
It depends on the show. If it's like something, if we're on a bill with some people we know, like if it's friends or like you, like when we played with you guys, or like any other bud bands we have, then I'm kind of chill. But if it's a show like kind of out of town or whatever, I'm a nervous wreck the whole day. Or if we're gonna do a little run of a few shows in a row, like I'm kind of a nervous wreck. I don't eat. I don't like
Been
it.
there, yeah.
Yeah, I just like wake up and I'm thinking about it all day.
I got a liquid diet, you know.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, like I'm kind of a wimp too, or I don't know if it's a wimp, but I'm kind of weird where like I'm super weird about what shirts I wear. So I'm like going through like,
Me
should
too.
I wear this one tonight?
Yes.
Oh, they won't get this one, so I
Yeah.
do that, and then like
So you do the shirt thing.
yeah.
I think that's every rocker's thing though, where it's kind of like you go to a show and like, yeah, break the fourth wall a little bit here. That is a thing, man, and every band's gonna do that. Like,
Yeah.
hey, how am I gonna look tonight? Like, you know,
Oh,
do
yeah.
I look like this or I look like that? And that does play a whole mindset into like how you go into a show, because I know it did for me, and I'm sure it did for you too. Like you said, well, just the shirt alone could put you off to where you are for the night. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go show up in a Ramones shirt, or hey, I'm gonna show up in a Sex Pistols t-shirt, or what, you know, like whatever.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's gonna put me in that mindset of like, so is that like you picking your shirt? Is that kind of how you're? Is that how you're starting your day? Is that how you're gonna step on stage?
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of live and raw, I gotta piss. I gotta rock and piss real bad. We hit the pause on this, get back, so that way I'm focused. I gotta rock one real bad, and I want to keep talking with you.
We're gonna keep live, but I'm gonna let you go pee real quick.
I'll be right back.
So
Intermission.
Jeff's gotta pee,
Let's see, talk to the people.
and I'm gonna talk to him.
Let them know.
So Jeff's gonna go pee, and my wife wants a cigarette. You can come on camera. Hey, baby, we're raw. This is what we do. This ain't no... Ain't Mr. Rogers. Come on now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But hey, real quick, to be serious, I know Jeff's using the bathroom. Filth and Majesty, man. I can't talk enough about these guys. I've played rock and roll since 2001, about 2001, 2002. Fantastic band. Go to Facebook. Hit the search bar, Filth and Majesty, check them out. They got a lot of cool pictures, a lot of good show information coming up here soon. Go to YouTube, go ahead and scroll over, hit the like button if you haven't already for them. I highly recommend Trial by Trash Fire. Great fucking record, man, it really fucking is. Hit play, do your dishes, whatever you gotta do. Listen to the record. I'm gonna try to play this out as long as I can. Let's do this. It's Shootin' with Shane, and I'm gonna shoot. It's my show, and I will do whatever the fuck I want to do. So let's do this. We're gonna settle a debate that a few people I'm sure will argue with me on. NWO. Jeff just flushed the toilet. NWO, Bullet Club, all the fucking way. AJ Styles, Adam fucking Cole, baby. You can't argue the fact that Bullet Club is just fucking better than NWO. I'm sorry. Like, you had Holland now. Oh, and then here he comes back now. I'm sure he's going to disagree with me. Now he wants to come back now for this conversation.
Oh, God, sorry, RVD.
You killed RVD.
And me, Gene.
But yeah, man, like, welcome back.
Hey, I'm glad to be back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Damn, you killed Mean Gene too?
I know.
Jesus Christ, Jeff.
Put that cigarette out.
I know we're talking about like your top 5. Like these are the bands. Hey man, we're just gonna roll right back to
Hard
it.
cut.
Just hard cut. Cut it there. Yeah, well Hollywood Blondes action.
T-shirts. We're talking about T-shirts.
Don't have your producer buy T-shirts. Here's a tip for all you people who want to start a band. We were talking about this earlier.
Boy.
Don't let your producer buy 25 T-shirts for $500 because somehow you'll
One
almost
color print T-shirt.
You'll almost find yourself in a court battle. You don't want to do that, so don't do that.
One color print shirt.
I do want to say this, man. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
I've had fun, dude.
What a blast.
We're gonna go and we're gonna eat some awesome fucking food,
Let's
and
do
eventually, good brother Terry will be here, and my adopted son Tanner will be here. I have to ask though, we haven't really dabbled too much into this. I know you showed me a Gremlins pin earlier.
Oh, yeah.
So I asked the question earlier, and
Yeah.
let's shorten it down here. Let's do this.
Brevity,
Top
brother.
3
Top 3
all-time favorite horror movies. Go.
Number 1 would be Return of the Living Dead. That's always number 1.
Not a George Romero dead film,
No, it's.
but still a
Dan
great
O'Bannon
film though.
film,
Was
you
it
know.
not good? It was.
Was
You can't. I mean, punk rockers, dude, in the cemetery. Come on. Yeah.
Oh man, on the spot with my top 3.
Yep, top 3.
Shit. Okay. I'm just gonna go fun, silly ones because I don't want to dig too deep and get into like, oh, this is actually really scary. So number 1 for
No,
Return
go
of the
really
Living Dead.
scary. Like, what's
I
your
gotta
really
think,
scary?
dude. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
raw. It's live. We're shooting.
Okay.
You got Return of the Living Dead number 1. What do you got number 2?
Number 2, we'll try to
Fuck
think
what these people think.
Okay, so we'll go number 2. Like we'll think of something actual kind of scary. Oh shit! I don't want this to be a number 2 though. Favorite. Okay, real quick. I'll go top 3 favorite.
Okay.
I'll go number 1, Return of the Living Dead. Number 2, Friday the 13th Part 6. Jason Lives.
Yes.
And I don't know what the hell 3 would be, but yeah. As
No
far as
3.
Like, I have a 3.
No, you
I
gotta,
just,
no, say it. You gotta
I
say
don't know.
it.
I gotta.
You gotta do it. You're on the spot. You gotta do it.
What would my
What's
3rd
3?
favorite horror movie be? Do you think I
What do
can't?
you got?
I love horror so much.
I know.
have so like,
It's hard,
a big
isn't it?
question.
It's really hard.
The band one, I'm like, yeah, I could kind of pull that one. Horror, I'm like, shit, I don't know, man.
You kind of always talk about Blair Witch.
That's not a favorite. Okay, so let's Blair Witch Project.
It's a good
I have to
film.
defend that
It's
shit.
cool.
Yeah, because when I saw that shit, I had no motherfucker seen Paranormal Activity yet. All right.
Oh, don't even
What?
start on the Paranormal
Yeah, I don't
Activity
mind.
movies. That's so fucking good.
I know.
It's
I don't.
real shit,
I
man.
don't-
Like, it's not like real shit, but it's real shit that can be real shit.
I get you, and that's what Blair Witch is too. But like, no one had seen that yet. Like, we hadn't been put on that ride yet. Blair Witch was the first time. I know there's like the Last Picture Show or whatever. Like, there's other stuff, but for me, the first time that stuff had ever came up, Blair Witch Project, first person horror. You're like, what are we watching? Like, we shouldn't be watching this. This is like weird. Like,
Yeah.
right? And where I grew up, we grew up like out in the middle of the woods. And seeing that shit, I'm like, dude, this is fucking crazy. And that stuck with me my whole life. And like, I've showed it to buds recently. And they're like, you know, this is kind of lame. This is kind of boring. I'm like, you don't fucking get it, dude. Like this.
So you're going Blair Witch for
No, I'm not going Blair Witch.
Yes, I think that's what you're going.
No,
with.
I would never say that. But
He went
no.
Return of the Living Dead, Friday the 13th, Part
And
6,
I don't even know if that's
Jason Lives,
part 2. That's or number
and
2.
Blair Witch.
Okay, so. That's,
All right, I
I'm
put
not
you on
going
the
Blair
spot.
Witch. All right.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
Oh,
did. All right, I
God.
put you on the spot.
Okay.
You knew the rules coming on here. We were going to shoot. All right, it's your turn. You got one bullet in the chamber. One question before we get to the
Okay,
good
so
stuff.
if we're gonna.
What's your one question?
Oh,
And I will
another on the
answer it
spotter.
as honest
Son
as I
of a
can.
Bitch, I wish I would have known I had this opportunity. I would have.
What you got?
Like pondered this all week.
We talked about this. What do you got?
I didn't know you. I did not know I had a question. Oh shit. Okay,
What do you got?
so if you were to start a new band.
Oh,
I know
it's
you're
because they're gonna go music. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you want to do horror. we can
All
go,
right.
but
But no. Go
with
ahead.
the music thing, I know you're moving on from
Yeah.
the outside shot stuff.
Mhm.
Like, if you were to start a new band, what would your new band sound like? What do you want to do with your new band? Go ahead. What do you want? In case anybody's watching that might want to join up with Shane's new
We're
band.
taking
What do you
we're taking
got, bud?
applications. You can hit me up at 1-800 go fuck yourself.
I don't think that's
Because
right.
I don't think they're gonna call that number.
That's
So,
not a real number, bud.
man, honestly, here's the thing, man, about OS. I mentioned the Displeased earlier. That was my baby, OS. I have great guys. My brothers, I love them.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, man.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
I'm kind of on a new journey.
Stuff happens, dude.
New sound.
What would you want? What would you want to go with? Like, what?
I'm
You could put it
I'm an
together.
old school outlaw kind of guy, man. Like I said earlier on here, man, my family raised in the South are hillbillies, and half of them are hillbillies and half of them are gypsies.
Gypsies, you say?
I would go. I'd go with my heart, man, and I would just go with Hank Williams and
You want-
doing stuff like
Okay.
bucket drums, simple acoustic guitar, maybe a fiddle.
Okay.
Maybe
Maybe
me.
a fiddle.
Maybe me and my wife doing a couple songs together,
Oh,
just
there
having like
you
a
go.
female voice,
Yeah.
added to it.
Yeah.
I got ideas, you know what I mean? But then again, at the same time, I'm that rock and roll guy, but I would choose the outlaw
Dude.
country thing for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
I really think I would just choose that.
That'd be
I'm
cool.
gonna honor my
That'd be
dad and honor my grandpa, my great grandpa, and
Yeah.
just kind of stick with the whole Hank Williams. It's an inside joke, like my great grandpa, or not my great grandpa. My grandpa was Hank Senior, my dad was Hank Junior, and I'm Hank 3.
cool. Oh, you'd be Hank 3?
Yeah, like I kind of, and then
Feels
I guess
out
my
to-
son will be Sam Williams,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
man.
I would stick with that, and that's
cool.
kind of where I'm at in life. Like I really value the star in the sky, and my dog howling at the train, and drinking whiskey, and just those sounds
All
and
great
those
shit,
crickets and
man.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that
I get
stuff,
it,
man.
yeah.
I just think that's where I would go. It just be me and 2 or 3 other people, man, just kind of hee-hawing around. Just,
Yeah.
that's
Do
I
it,
think
dude.
that's what I would do.
That sounds like it. There's definitely people that would be in for that too. So cool.
I'm a hillbilly motherfucker.
Not wrong with being a hillbilly, bud. I mean, just as long as you're the fun hillbilly. I'm sure.
I drink and hang out with my buddy, and we shoot a lot of guns sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's always fun.
Hell yeah.
But with that being said, man, dude, I'm gonna light the cigarette, and it's been a fucking honor again.
Yeah.
Filth and Majesty, Mr. Jeff Iseton.
Yeah.
Too sweet, my
Oh,
brother.
I
I guess we're doing the Jim Cornette. I guess we can go Jim Cornette.
Oh, we'll go the Too Sweet, dude.
Okay, there we go. That's a little
Mind if I got a couple plugs in there too?
easier there.
Yeah.
Filth and Majesty, Mr. Jeff Iseton, vocalist, guitarist for Filth. Check him out on Facebook. Check him out on YouTube. Instagram. You can follow this guy right here. I'm gonna let him plug this stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We got a couple little things coming up. Jeff, I'm gonna give you a chance right now.
Plugs?
Talk to him, baby. Whatever you want.
All right, dude.
Talk to
So
him.
this is what's going
Talk
on.
to him.
June, we just recorded a new record called "Who Killed Friday Night." It's a fun, cool record. Like we sing songs about being cool. We sing songs about partying. We sing songs about porn stars or songs about laser guns. It's a great it's a great fun record. So, all that being said, June 12th, we're gonna do a limited local release on CDs. If you want a CD and it's not available near you, get a hold of us on Facebook or whatever on any of that shit. And June 19th, all that stuff's gonna go up on all of your evil streaming things like Spotify or whatever, all that stuff. We have a new video on YouTube for the song "Cigarettes and Kerosene." It's really cool. We're all pretty proud of that. And then we have a show coming up. We're actually gonna do a show, and I know everybody's got their baggage without being out. And I understand you can wear your mask or whatever. But May 22nd, we're going to be at O'Sullivan's with our buddies Nifty Skullet, Lackluster, and Brandanowitz. It's going to be a lot of fun. O'Sullivan's in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're going to go play some rock and roll. It's the first time we've done it in a long time, so we would love to hang out with you. Outside of that, super stoked to have been here with Shane, hanging out, drinking a 4-0. So. Back to you, good buddy. I've said enough. I've said all I can say.
All right. Well, man, again, like I said, I appreciate you. We're going to go eat some good food
Let's have it.
Here in a little bit. Couple surprises. Like we said earlier, this has been something, man, and too sweet again.
Yeah.
Really cool, man. To have you on the first episode. I know we talked about 2 years ago we were going to do this. I know that we're going to go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and play it like this. Mr. Jeff has been so kind not only to travel about an hour to come down and do this for you guys and do this for me and hang out. Talented fucking musician.
Oh, appreciate it.
Jeff, you want to grab your guitar, good brother. Before you do though, can you tell the people what 2 songs you're playing?
Oh, okay, so I brought my acoustic down. I don't do a lot of acoustic stuff, but Shane asked me to do a couple tunes, so I'm going to do Trial by Trash Fire from our first record. Then I'm going to do Downtown Terrorizer from our new one. So I'm not shit without my dudes behind me, but I'm going to try. So we'll see.
All right, good brother.
Cool.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, while Jeff grabs his guitar and gets himself ready, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I've had fun. I hope Jeff's had fun. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Thank you.
Tune it up and rock and roll, baby.
Yeah.
live and raw.
You didn't hear that earlier?
If that ain't rock and roll, then I don't know what is.
It's hard being 6'4".
I know. Are you 6'4"?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you're taller than me.
I'm 6'.
Well, according to my medical records, I'm 5'11".
Yeah, but you wear like motorcycle boots all the time, so.
I'm not 5'11".
All right.
All right. All right, sir.
Oh, stool.
There you go, buddy.
All right.
Got some fun.
Oh, great.
So what are you doing first?
Let's do. I probably should. I might just scoot back here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Scoot it back a tad.
Yeah, I'll scoot it back. All right.
Hey, when you're raw and you're live and you're uncut,
What-
that's what we do.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want?
All right, what do you got first?
Let's try and do try.
I'm gonna call you out in a minute. So play these two, but then I'm gonna throw a curveball your way. So just let that sink in your mind a minute of what I'm gonna ask for.
Oh, great.
I'm
It's
gonna
like-
ask for one song.
Oh boy. All right. So I'm gonna try to play Trial by Trash Fire while I'm hammered. All right, here we go. I'm used up stumbling through the motions. Never got anywhere I wanted to go. And I keep on waiting for things to get better, but I'm going nowhere faster than ever. I'm not one your opportunity. You wanna grow up to be just like me. I never got my chance. I just got thrown right into this trial by trash fire. I never got my chance. I just got thrown right into this trial by trash fire. Well, I'm a picture of your disappointments. Never got anywhere I wanted to go. And I keep on waiting for things to get better, but I'm going nowhere faster than ever. I'm not one your opportunity. You wanna grow up to be just like me. Well, I never got my chance. Well, I just got thrown right into this trial by trash fire. Well, I never got my chance. Well, I just got thrown right into this trial by trash fire. All right, that was my attempt to do Trial by Trash Fire acoustically. All right, now.
What you got next?
All right, we'll try. What do you want? What do you want to hear? What's your?
Well, we're gonna throw the curveball at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
The curveball's coming at the end.
Okay. The
I'm
curveball.
gonna let you do your thing. Let
Okay.
you ponder on it for this next song. I'm gonna throw a wild card in there.
Oh,
I'm gonna
boy.
be the Joker.
Okay. All right. So this song's called Downtown.
New record?
Yeah, this is off the new record. It's kind of an older song. I've kicked around a little bit. It's called Downtown Terrorizer. It's for all the foreigners. 2, 3, 4, long nights, don't even like mine. Got a 3 smile on my face. And I know what it takes to want to kill and change. So blaming all bad days. And I'm throwing in the spit like a tree. 'Cause the monster's on its way. They were coming in the street. And a movie all feeding on the love. They're out for blood. They come from under the ground. Terrorize this whole without the boys. All
Man,
right, man.
It's been a pleasure. It
All
really
right,
has.
thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
So, first episode, under the belt. Here we go. I told you a curveball. You asked your one question. Now,
Yeah.
I got one song in mind. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Dion.
Dion.
Dion and the Belmonts, man. Let's do it.
I don't know that one.
Okay. Let me throw up. Ooh, wait. I know. Do. Throw you on the spot here. For my wife, let's do Runaway.
Okay. We can do that one.
Let's do that one.
All right, so. Well, how does that start? It's just like.
You guys check out Filth and Majesty on Facebook, man, for real.
Okay, here we go. As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love. A love where it's strong. And as I still walk on, I think of the times we had together while our hearts were young. I'm walking in the rain, just falling and I feel the pain. Wishing, wait, I don't know how to play that. I haven't played that in forever. God damn, I screwed it up. Oh. All right, I'm gonna have to cut you off. I don't want to screw over. Yeah.
All right.
Dang.
Let's
Screw
end it
up.
on a good note.
Yeah.
Dealer's choice. What do you got? Let's send them home good.
Oh, okay.
New record, man. You're burning up a new record. Who Killed Friday Night?
Yeah.
New song. What do you got?
Okay. Let's see. Something off the new record, acoustically.
Facebook, Filth and Majesty.
Yeah.
YouTube, Filth and Majesty.
Off the new record. Let's see. What's on that new record that we could play? It's a new song. I don't really know what's a good one to work for acoustic.
You know what?
Yeah.
Do Cry Little Sister.
Oh God, that's a rough one too. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Jeff Iseton for Filth and Majesty. It's been a fucking pleasure.
Last fire will rise behind those eyes. Last house will rise. Blind boys don't lie. Immortal fate. That voice so clear. Through broken walls that stream ahead. Cry, little sister, thou shalt not fall. Dear brother, thou shalt not fall.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on the first episode of Shootin with Shane. Mr. Jess Iseton from Filth and Majesty. Check him out on Facebook and on YouTube. Go to my Instagram, LoneWolf13_X. Find Mr. Jeff on there. He's always posting good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so fucking much. Jeff, I'm going to let you send us home, baby.
Oh, hey, thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much for having me. Have a good rest of your day, Bill.
Too sweet, my brother.
Too sweet. Large.
When you're raw and you're uncut, that's just what it is. See you motherfuckers later. Too sweet.